next is Ambition.
Oh, yes. Which was old. This is old.
And I think,
Pre-demo?
This is hose old.
Oh, it's Hold.
That's a Conatown. Hey.
I like that.
Hey.
Yeah, this is Conatown. It was actually called Imposter first.
Oh, okay.
Because I think before it was Ambition, we were like, we just gone through the whole no shame. You don't have a hit. Go write something that people can understand. So Ambition became something else, but it used to be Imposter. From Ner. It was Who Are These Rude Boy Imposters? It was a song about us.
Nice.
It was a song about us not being Jamaican playing reggae.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. So who are these rude boy imposters? And like, it's kind of like self-explaining.
Yeah.
To what and why.
Yeah.
We are.
Yeah.
And then I just, when a song's that old, this is Hold.
Yeah.
It's Ho's old. When a song's that when it's that old and you forget like the true intention of why it came.
Oh, yeah.
And then you go and you filter it to the point of stupidity. It's like you got so far away from what you really wanted to say. And then the song just becomes kind of like, oh man, I really should have not thought about it this much.
Yeah.
I really should have just let it go. I really should have gotten out of the way.
Right.
And I really should have just downloaded it from where it was coming from in the first place and then let it be.
But if you can't even remember where you were coming from in the first place because something's so old, then it's like,
Right.
I mean, it's just
no, I did.
It's a weird way.
Like, I would love that loophole out, but no, I remember.
Yeah.
But then we had already arrived to the point of, well, who's going to understand this?
Yeah. Okay.
Instead of writing it for us anymore, it was like, wait a minute. Now we have to like put a marketing hat on and you like think about like it in a different way and like,
right.
Okay, well, everyone's ambitious. Like, well, not everybody, but those who are, they're going to go for it. Let's switch up the lyrics and make it like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which by the way, is just another understanding of me. It's definitely, like lyrically, I do believe in that.
Right.
But in the original format of this particular rhythm, it was just much stronger after the day's end.
Yeah.
And then I just understood like, I don't like that one too much anymore.
Yeah.
As much as I used to.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the overthinking of it. And that's when you get in your own way. Once that happens, and then you just kind of like cut out the universal gift of it arriving to you as you channeling it.
Right.
Then you just look at yourself going, wow, that was really dumb of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then it turns into like a contrived thing where you're like, like, oh, this is just fully manufactured.
Thank you. I actually tried to make this to sell.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Really good job.
Yeah.
Not.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
That's so.
What a good lesson.
That's
though,
so
you know
Well,
what I
no,
mean?
fantastic. And by the way, the song is, there's a great guitar part on there from Leary.
Yeah.
Like, just like his sonics and everything. But honestly, like the story of it and everything, back in the day, it was great because it was like us. It was, and when I say us, this was a time where like people were like, oh, God, you guys are just like sublime too. You guys are like doing all this.
Oh, yeah.
Like no one wants to listen to you guys anymore.
Yeah.
Like they're like, look, man, there's this new band, Good Charlotte,
remember.
and they're like their band Yellow Card and All American Reject.
Yeah.
This is the future of music.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's us and Stupid and Bargain Music going, yeah, we don't really like that.
Yeah.
And so we were carrying this flag with so many people going, and the only thing that can do be the most successful band at the time. They're just like, oh, you guys are just like shitty Sublime.
Yeah.
And so for all
that's
you
tough, man.
for all you
They're
listening
real.
and watching out there, back in the early 2000s, it was kind of frowned upon to sound like Sublime, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like everyone, like
Oh,
we got
we went
hated
through it.
on. We got hated on so much for you guys are rip-offs like this.
Remember the
and that,
Cottonmouth Kings tour in 2002?
God.
Yeah.
Right, where bottles were like being thrown at us, like
Yeah, oh,
constantly
yeah.
breaking on mic stands and
Yeah.
stuff.
Which is so rad to see it come so or I don't know if full circle is the right term, but where it's like now there's a whole genre based after Sublime.
Right.
And there's tons of bands participating in the same.
Right.
the
But
same-
before it was cool, we were rude boy imposters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
And not just for, you're right, not just from like whoever would be like, we love Good Charlotte, but like, I remember we'd play so much too, opening for, like reggae acts, like classic ones that we loved and looked up to. And we weren't always, met with like, oh, how cool these guys are, coming from Hawaii playing. It was more like
almost like the opposite, huh?
Right.
Yeah, right.
Almost
like they're like there was no place for us.
Yeah.
kind of like that. We got that a lot. That's a good point you're bringing up. Is we got that a lot.
Yeah,
and it's not that we minded it because we're always going to be who we are, and we're still learning who. That's the fun part. We're such a young band that we still are now, but like really formidable years. Warped Tour was so important, but also the hard stuff with, just the good stuff. You guys did great. When one of the guys gives you an accolade like that, or somebody comes up and Hexam says, I want to do your thing, or Paul Leary's tattooing your album on it. Right. But there's also I hope that, oh God, we get to play with Ika Mouse or Barrington or the Wailers or whatever. And they're kind of like, it could be cool, or they could give you a little shout, or their band must be like, who are these imposters or whatever it is, tells a story that kind of forms who we are too. You got a strong, like, we're not a reggae band. We're just pepper. Yeah. We grew up in Hawaii where there's so much reggae. We're not impostering anything. Yeah. This is what we grew up listening to, playing with.
That's why on this whole last tour, it's just like, hey, you guys, we're not a reggae band. We're a punk band that plays reggae.
And there it is.
You know what I mean? Like that's really it.
That's what we looked at in Kona.
Yeah. And Rude Boys and punks are kind of like the same kind of same. Yeah.
Which is why those two genres were so together back in the day. We didn't know that. We were just doing what we were going to do. And you're so right. But then on the other side, to get such accolades, to have like Sly and Robbie come up and play one of our punk rock songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or be validated by Kings of Warped Tour, Pennywise, for them to come play one of our songs, or invite us to take over their studio, or on and on and on. All the good with the bad. But that part is really important. I love talking about this because I never thought about that. Mm-hmm. We lived that. Oh, yeah. They would kind of spit on us, backstab, whatever, but we had each other and we're still doing spit on us, and that kind of makes us who we are, right?
No, I don't think any of us would have been as strong as we are now independently without each other in that sense, because 100%. We went through it together. That's right. And we just basically took it on the chin. It's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, well, you just spit on all three of us. Well, so, you know what else we're going to do? Everything else we want.
Yeah, we're just going to keep going. How about that?
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
So the chorus is like, as my ambitions get larger, was, who are these rude boy imposters? And so that was the overthink. But honestly, now I'll tell you the truth. Who knows? Mistakes and outtakes. We might have to just do rude boy imposters again.
There you go.
You know?
Or start doing it live.
Exactly. Throw that in.
The OG way.
But how funny, again, something that wouldn't necessarily pleasant made more art for this album.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild, guys.
Great. And like Yasai just said, it's a great lesson for me. Like it really helped me to like say, get out of my way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Talking to myself. Mm-hmm. Totally. Get out of my way.
Get out of your own way.
Get out of my own way. Yeah. I'm really limiting myself.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, that's just an analogy for life for everyone. It's like,
here we go.
Usually the shit that fucking you're blowing it on, it's like, it's because you're getting in your own way.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
But we're in our phone booth.
All right. Next, which is, let's see, third to last is the famously Clay Guida walkout song. Stand and Fall.
This is such an Easter egg album.
Yeah.
I would say like this is which one of you was talking about the dark and there's hope on this?
I think both of us. When we were talking about Phoenix.
So I think this is now ending to like the higher hopes.
Of
the era that we're going through.
Yeah.
Acknowledging the bad, but being inspired or ambitious about it.
Because the whole stand and fall thing is just like, it's so potent. Like, I've watched you, and going back again, like if we didn't have each other, we would not be independently as strong.
Yeah.
Right. And like, that's something to be said about this stand and fall.
Yeah.
Like, I've watched it.
Yeah.
We're going through it. We got it.
Yeah.
What's next?
Yeah.
That's pretty badass.
Especially with then ending with the "to me that's beautiful" sentiment. You know what I mean?
If we've gone through it all, to me that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's badass.
The good, the bad, the pain, the
everything.
Glory,
but any relationship you wanted to drop that in.
Yeah.
Right.
Like from your wife, your best friend, or your financial advisor.
Yeah.
Like no matter what, you know what I mean? Like it can be really just impliable to every relationship.
And that's what we played. We played that for a minute right after we put out the record, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
that one's
Yeah.
had some resurgence through the years.
Yeah,
Like,
Didn't that
Yeah.
one kind of get created close? That I don't remember that being a demo at all. Like,
Yeah, I don't remember that being a demo either.
Right?
I kind of think that was like we were jamming that in
I
the
think
studio.
we,
That's
I
a-
think
that's a
we,
sound
I
check
think
one?
we kind of
I think
needed
it's
that one, right?
a sound
Weren't we
check.
kind of like feeling that with each other? Because
Yeah.
again, this was a hard time, and we were rising up from that. I totally forgot
But
about
I remember
that.
like recording, tracking the drums, and it was just like a real like taking it as it came while we were tracking it kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
okay,
Probably
actually, no,
why it's one of the best recorded songs.
Yeah.
Is the energy's in it.
Yeah,
And you
yeah,
can
a lot
we
of
played it
really a
kind
lot
of
of-
live, you think,
Yeah,
or
really.
parts of
Instead
it
of
at
it
least?
just being a demo to
Yes.
replay, it
Yeah.
was more of like an alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
kind of
makes
like-
which would make sense where it was kind of a lot of it was constructed in the studio at Total
So
Access.
very Chili Peppers, like you're saying, right? Because
Yep.
they get together,
Yeah.
and they like improvise and they jam.
Yeah.
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 It seemed like that because like I kind of remember tracking the drums and it changing as we were tracking because other ideas were coming so much. We were
Right.
being like, okay,
and,
sick.
and then also too that really
kinda
slick
cool.
pre-chorus that I think Leary sprung on us because I don't think we would have normally done it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the second or third pre-chorus where it's like half of it.
oh yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
You know-
that sounds
You know
absolutely
what I
not
mean?
like
Yeah.
lyrics.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like half of the pre-chorus cut. And that would be like the bridge.
Yeah.
But it's just
yeah, yeah.
it's the later half of the pre-chorus and we go to the last chorus.
Yeah.
So it goes chorus, the last half of the pre-chorus, end chorus. And that was really
Yeah,
clever.
sneaky.
What? Very
Yeah.
sneaky.
Yeah.
Very sneaky.
But you're so right, and also to the grunge thing. That it's funny you said that song. I was like, oh, and I always think of like again jamming in the something from the past coming up now, jamming like old grunge stuff like Pearl. That reminds me of like Pearl Jam.
I can see
couldn't
that.
say that ever about a Pepper song, really, even though we fucking love Pearl Jam so much. But like,
Yeah.
for whatever reason,
Yeah,
maybe it's just
almost like it could have possibly like came out of the inspirational ashes of 10 or something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, 10 or verses or
Yeah.
but just something very like I just remember Clown I like yeah, and even though maybe they weren't the right chords or I didn't know the right chords, he was half kind of learning the chords, want to do good or the lyrics. Yeah, and
chords.
and hammering it out of like but with a purpose for like, kind of a war cry for us at the time, I guess, like
yeah.
we're going to like you said, whatever.
keep going. We got this.
Yeah, and
going.
and the importance of like, I'm still here, you're still here. There's a reason for that.
Well, it's
there's
beautiful.
It's
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
right, and
Yeah,
that
that's
is
gonna be-
beautiful. That really is because if you look at the track record of any bands or artists, like for the most part, when they get to the even middle of their career, they've been torn apart, and they're lucky. And sometimes they're torn apart by drugs or something, and they're just gone, or a tragedy, or a bus accident, or an airplane, or fucking all these things. Or worse, which is worse to me, is like when they start off and they're creating such great things together, and they're so inspired, and maybe they're childhood friends too, on top of that, and then they just hate each other.
Yeah.
And they're just, and you hear it, or we've all toured with those bands a million times. There's no reason to say,
Yeah.
but like, they're
Mick and Keith.
Yeah.
Mick and
Perfect
Keith,
example. They
exactly.
can't even be in the same
Yeah,
room.
Mick and
There you
Keith,
go.
or even System of a Down, Serge and the guitar player, they like hate each other.
How's Perry
Yeah.
Farrell and Dave?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, and
That
I-
shit is so wild.
But it's so that's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! But you're right.
Back
But,
to it, back
but
to
how
it.
many have we met on tour at our green rooms where we're like, oh no, you're like we're so stoked to play with these guys, and then you see them like fist fighting in the parking lot. You're like, oh shit,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
sucks.
yeah,
And then like
yeah,
the other ones on your bus, like I'm gonna go, and you're like,
damn it.
oh, or it just whatever. But to know that, to be able to be one of those few that we always say that there's like, we're still the original band, and like that we love that, and that we've earned that,
No.
we haven't pussyfooted around.
Well, and it's like I want to check the stat because I remember, like, I swear it was probably like almost 10 years ago, maybe like 6-8 years ago. But I remember seeing a stat that 311 is like the third or fourth longest running band of original members.
no shit.
So I'm pretty sure we're probably in the top 10.
What?
It's nuts.
Of all bands?
Yes, 311 was the stat that I saw. They're like the long because they've been around for 30 30 years.
That's
So
crazy.
interesting comparison. They're from a small town in Oklahoma. We're from a small town
Yeah.
in the middle of the ocean. Right?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think what is different too is like
The friendships.
I would say the brotherhood of it.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
because you know,
Yeah,
you,
way better.
you get to pick who your friends are.
That's true.
You don't really get to pick who your family is
Yeah.
or your brothers.
Good
Yeah.
point.
And like, we're not blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By marriage, yeah, but
Yeah.
we're not blood, but it's so deeper
Yeah.
than like it's just like
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
the layering here is so difficult to explain
Yeah.
on Earth
Yeah.
that it's
a good way to put it.
it's so hard.
yeah. And the similarity is great. That's a great comparison.
It's
Yeah, that's
so hard to
Right.
say what we are.
Yeah.
It's
And
then-
just gnarly.
In the next life, maybe when we're instead of we go from our phone booth of like Bill and Ted, we're doing it. When we get to the and we become for some reason they're like the anchor characters of the universe somehow. Wild Stallions pulled it together. Like in that era, I could see us being with like Rufus and being like, yeah. Fuck yeah, boys. Like understanding the magic and there's a little bit of magic to it, you guys. Like how we ended up together and in the ways and the impact and like these are the lives we've chosen. Like you can't go back.
Yeah.
You guys have given me and I've given you guys everything we've got all this time in that way.
Yeah.
Through relationships, kids,
Yeah.
deaths, divorce, everything you can think of in the
Yeah.
whole world, we've given that to each other. And that is fucking something, man.
Beautiful.
That
Yeah,
is
I would say
fucking
that.
beautiful. That is beautiful. Wow.
All right. Thank you, Stand and Fall.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was
Yeah.
epic.
There we go.
That was
Next.
amazing. Next is the opposite of Stand and Fall, Blackout.
Oh.
Which,
No, it's not the opposite. It's not the opposite.
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
Stand, it's Fall, it's Blackout.
It's the there it
Yeah,
is.
it's kind of like by the way, this is pretty intelligent sequencing.
yeah.
Stand, Fall, Blackout.
Blackout.
Yeah,
And then,
that makes sense.
And then jumping ahead, then next one.
Of course it's Blackout.
Yeah.
Of course it's Blackout.
So, but we've been talking about Sly and Robbie.
yes.
About wanting to do a song with us.
We love you,
on
Robbie. We love
we
you,
went
Robbie.
on the tailgate tour with us and Stupid and Sly and Robbie.
2008.
Taxi Gang.
2000, right after the album came
So
out. So I think
sick.
the album came out in like March or something.
Yeah.
No, we ended in March, but it came out in July.
Oh, so it came out during the tour.
I can't. Side note.
Yeah,
How
side
do you
note.
guys know? I'm so proud of you guys.
Yeah.
You guys are so. I just love it.
Yeah.
Down to the month. I'm like,
Oh, I remember because I left because I was the last person in the studio for this.
oh
record.
yeah.
And when I left to go with Corey to Samoa,
Oh, that's right.
Paul Leary just like, oh, so you're leaving too?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I got to get out of here. I'm just like,
That was the vibe.
Yeah, I was like, I got to
was
get
the
out of here.
vibe.
And he's just like, all right, well, I got it. I got it.
I got
I'm like, good, because I'm out.
Yeah.
And I actually left from here.
Wow.
This
Nice,
like
from
the
Total
total
Access.
the next door down.
Yeah.
No, literally, I'm
I had
going.
my, I had my boards. I had everything here.
Yeah.
And I left and went to go meet Corey at like
LAX.
midnight.
And then
So
left
we
on
could take a
LAX.
flight. And then I stayed like 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks in Samoa.
Yeah.
And just like washed this thing off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Fuck.
But
Good-
Blackout.
Good way
go
to
back
do it. though.
to
But oh yeah, so
Sly and
anyway,
Robbie.
Sly and Robbie being on that tour that summer in 2008, the summer tailgate tour.
Yep.
And then, of course, we are just beside ourselves because we're on tour with
The legend. Just say it.
legend,
Say it.
Sly and Robbie, who did everything you can think of in reggae. They not just reggae with the Rolling Stones.
Oh, my
with
God.
like everything you can think of. And all
Well,
of a
let's
sudden,
also take a really quick time out to understand the importance of this time.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
The genre that
Yeah.
we have carried
Yeah. Right.
has now
Right.
switched
Yes, that's a
into
good
a
call.
bigger stadium because this
Yeah.
is Stupid's very first
Yes.
summer tour.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good to
And
know
so
too.
it was Stupid, Pepper, and what do they do to validate this?
Yeah.
And they stamp it with Sly and Robbie.
Yes, totally.
Boom.
So then so I don't like help me with the memory, but I remember something of whether it was Sly or Robbie or
Yeah.
both of them
Yep.
rolling up to us and being like, "Oh, we want to jump on stage with you guys and do a song," and we're like, "Oh my god!"
Which in itself.
yeah, we're like, "Are you
Come
kidding?
on.
Like, are you kidding me? Like,
Come on.
we would be amazingly honored. We would be." Absolutely, just blessed for you guys to do it. Like, what are you guys thinking? We're obviously thinking like you want to do.
Like, what's the
Love
slowest
or-
reggae song we know?
Yeah.
Because you see their set, they play all these classics, but that's what they play. It's not what they can play. They can play anything, obviously.
Yeah.
But we're thinking, whatever type of food you like,
Yes.
what if a big
Yes,
dog,
exactly.
whatever.
And they roll up and they're like, "Yes, Mom, we want to play that one Blackout."
We're like,
what?
you want to
Are you
play
ki- Are you kidding me?
The fastest, gnarliest, wildest punk song that we have right now.
Yeah, totally. And then we were like, fucking A, let's do this. And then I remember watching Sly play punk rock was one of the craziest things I've ever seen him in my whole
We kind of
life.
had to coach him a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Exactly.
He was like this. It's like, I can't believe it's happening, but also, oh shit. Boys.
Yeah. But they were their hearts were so in it.
It was the purest thing you've ever seen.
Sly was
Also, these are the best musicians.
Thank you.
in the world.
And they want to play with us.
Yeah.
Scum sucky pigs.
Yeah.
Like, right? And they want to play this song. But I remember, do you remember them before they asked us, like, watching us and being like, never like, ew, but like, more like, what is this?
Yeah.
And not in the way that we had been receiving, like you said before, getting judged or whatever. They were just like, as vintage and legend and seen all kinds, they were like, most interesting. And they would get closer and they'd watch more of the set. Like you said, until they finally were like, and that's what they picked.
Yeah.
Which is a wild, if you guys haven't heard the song out there, if you have, take a peek at it, because where did it come from? I don't know, but I remember it being so wild, and we even it has a Pennywise feature on it, which is sick.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Uncle Randy.
It's Uncle Randy on there, and
Wait, is this the song where Leary had the most fun he's ever had with us recording?
Most likely.
Yeah, because we did the percussion session for the end of this, or for the verses of the song or something.
Yeah.
And Leary literally reenacted the Breaking the Girl Red Hot Chili Peppers scene.
by himself, with one man.
Yeah, and brought everything you could possibly think of
To hit, shake, poke.
Yeah, in the studio and recorded all the crazy shit
By himself.
that's
He
on
looked
that
like
song.
a Wachutu warrior. He had a tambourine covering his junk.
Yeah.
He just went in there wild. And I think he might have slammed some Jaegers or something
Yes,
before to get into spirit. Like,
I think you're right.
right? He got absolutely, he's like, Blackout. We need to get a fucking Blackout. Blackout. And he went in there and went Wachutu.
Yeah, and I've never seen a man have more fun. I don't think ever
He
in a
fell down.
studio.
He fell down and bled. Do you remember that? He fell down and actually got hurt.
I can't remember.
Yes, he had a little fucking nick on him because he tripped over every piece of. So wild. But the fact that, going back to them, they played it live with us and were so excited.
And they made it their own.
Yeah.
They made it their own.
They made it their own.
Yeah,
It was like this,
totally made it their own.
They made it their own,
Yeah.
and it was better.
And then and let's remember, speaking of the Pennywise feature, that was Randy.
Yep.
Uncle Randy.
Uncle Randy on bass.
Originally
Don't
from,
forget Uncle.
originally from Falling Idols fame.
So sick.
But Pennywise bass player forever.
Mm-hmm.
And he came in and did the verses, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely, he did.
And then he said, "Save some for Uncle,"
Save some, which was a tagline.
Yeah.
What?
So,
I don't know what that song's necessarily about, except trying to describe a blackout.
kind of, yeah.
Kinda feels like it. Sounds like it.
It's like Blackout in a music form, basically, which is kind of just like, blah. You know what I mean?
With some sick, like,
Like you
pre-party.
kind of remember it.
Yeah.
But don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got some pre-party pigeon in it too. Like, oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's got the like the verses all like a groove.
the verses.
kind of part. Yeah.
And Uncle Randy, like, being kind of the uncle, taking on the like a little bit like a local guy fucking character. Don't forget Uncle,
Yeah,
and then right back into Blackout.
Yeah.
And his Blackout scream was critical for that song.
Yeah.
Critical.
Oh.
Holy monkey.
I like that track.
Yeah. And Sly and Robbie. God. Fucking rest in peace, Robbie. Much love. Legend.
Master
Legend.
Blaster.
Legend.
He left a remarkable amount of work for us to listen.
Oh, he'll live on for forever and ever and ever and ever, and the inspiration will never end.
Ever.
No. One last thing on that tour, he was adamant about teaching me and Brother Heza, Kyle from Stupid, his bass antics thing. He was able to somehow, I was never able to do it. Kyle was able to do the flip one, which is wild. You think, like, how is Sly or Robbie, teaching this? But there's one where he was standing playing bass, and the next second he'd fall into the ground like a dead body forward with the bass under his neck. And the one time I did it, I knocked my throat out and almost like, I don't know how to do this. No, show you. I show you on the grass. And we just couldn't do it. And would land playing the bass. It's hard to describe, and I don't know how he did it, but I hurt my throat trying to honor to do it. And the other one was to do a rolling flip, holding your bass in one hand and get up and stand up and play it, but doing a flip. And Kyle nailed it. I could never do it. I almost broke a bass one time just practicing it. Never tried it on stage. And I was like, this is so badass. But there's your punk rock spirit of the guy who was just
dude,
playing. Do you remember the drum solo Sly would do on Robbie's bass? Like just, I don't know, just killer memories.
Yeah.
Let's also keep in mind, Robbie was a man of stature. So this is like
Exactly. So agile, dog.
Yeah.
So agile.
And remember when he brought us or he gave
the
us all.
peppers.
Well, first he gave us all names.
Yeah.
He gave a pick a pepper and
Pick a pepper. Scotch bonnet.
Yeah. And then-
Peppa. Did he call somebody Peppa?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Or Peppa Pig? I don't know.
Yeah,
Like-
and then he brought us Scotch bonnets.
Yeah.
Real Scotch bonnets
From his yard.
Yeah, when we were in I think we were in
That's
Miami
right.
or like
More gifts.
Yeah.
He gave us nicknames. He gave us actual Peppas. Remember,
Yeah.
his wife came and cooked for all of us in like Florida somewhere.
Yeah.
I remember it's like I didn't even know what a Scotch bonnet was. And it's like you a Scotch bonnet.
Yeah.
To me, I'm like,
Okay. Yeah. But he was so pumped on the name of Peppa that he's like,
you know that Peppa, and I'm like,
okay.
no.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
he's just like,
Go for it.
But go for it.
It's the hottest Peppa. You Scotch bonnet. All right.
You're like, thank you.
And then he's like, here you go. The doggy.
Don't eat it though.
Yeah.
Ooh, whoa.
I got for all of you watching this too, we'll plug in this video that is from. It's Sly and Robbie went to I think Europe right after that tour, and they're playing like this Red Bull thing or something like that, and they do this interview. They're being interviewed while they're on stage, like in between songs, like storytellers type of thing. And Robbie says some of the most amazing things about us and being on that tour that it's like.
Well, you got to
super-
share that.
Yeah, so we'll plug it into the episode too, but I'll show it to you guys afterwards.
Wow,
It's
what a
really,
legend.
Wow.
No, they're just no words can explain the magic of those two men.
Yeah.
They blessed
Straight.
They blessed us,
straight.
man.
So, all right, and then finally, which I think this is definitely a big time Don Wesley
Yeah.
inspired track is Drive.
Right. But you guys got to keep in mind, like we've been jamming this one under a name before.
Yes, what was it?
It must have been Rolling.
Yes.
And so we
Must
used
have been
we used to do
Rolling.
this one at like the 4-hour shows at Margaritaville.
Yes.
every day.
Yes.
Now, in
Must
the
have been
complete
God,
spirit,
I totally remember
Right?
this at Margaritaville. Yes.
Yeah, Margaritaville and
Yes.
I think it was Newport.
Yeah.
God.
Now, talk about like the way to overthink a song going the right way. So, Must Have Been Rolling was just like a collection of words and groove.
Yeah.
But then when Drive came, I really put down like a story.
Yeah.
And the story was really fun to create and it wasn't forced.
Yeah.
And that was like, but I did have to take that extra effort.
Yeah.
So it's a perfect example of the opposite of ambition / rude boy imposter.
Exactly, because you think about like, okay, song probably wouldn't have held as much weight if it would have been called "Must Have Been Rolling." You know what I mean? It just kind of wouldn't have been like it would have added like a little less seriousness would have been, or some seriousness would have been taken away from it. I think with a title like that.
Well, it kind of forces you to consider it one way, at least in what I hear.
it's
That's where
the
when you
whole-
say Drive, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, the whole like judging
That
a
could
book
be
by its cover
anything.
thing, where
Yep.
someone would hear that song and be like, "What is this? Like a rap song you guys did?"
Is this
or
an
something?"
ecstasy
Or,
foray? It's
yeah,
like,
or
what-
whatever.
what
Where
is
it's like-
this?
Like you're saying,
But the funny thing is, like, you can be rolling and driving.
yeah,
Yeah, oh,
yeah,
so- yeah.
no,
And so that's
totally.
that was the and so most of the like some of the verses were kind of like written with a must have been rolling driving scenario.
Yeah.
But then you threw in the drive as far as like the chorus, and now it's like a complete idea.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, a complete idea to myself.
And just way, and just,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, to me.
Yeah.
and just
That's
way
all that
more
matters.
like thought. Like it just seems like calling it Drive as opposed to Rolling, like Picture Me Rolling or the
Yeah,
term
or
Rolling.
must have been rolling, right?
Yeah, it just seems like, or must have been rolling. Yeah, it seems like, just seems so much more thought out.
Yeah.
and well, like you actually thought, like you hear that, you're like, oh, they thought through that one.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Say where you're saying that's overthinking things in the right way.
That is, it really did.
That's extra
Yeah.
effort to get the story. That's great.
Right, to get this. And then also too, the whole premise is just like when you get over it,
Yeah.
you just take a drive and you just go and like meditate and get out of the house.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Oh,
just
yeah.
get out of the situation.
Yeah.
Get out of the restaurant. Get out of the studio.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. And you just go and drive and you're just like, okay.
Yeah.
And now there's no one to talk to.
Yeah.
And you're just like, this is like back in the day before like, you know, Bluetooth, right?
Yeah.
So like you're
yeah.
just out there. You know, it's so nuts, right?
Yeah.
And you're just out there and you're just like, okay, this is it. And in Hawaii, and you go back through Hawaii, it's like, wait, how many times can you remember like you would just drive to Waimea or something, or you would you know what I mean?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
you would just drive, you just take a drive,
Yeah.
and you just be like,
Yeah.
I have no idea what to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So it's like that meditative situation.
That's great.
And
Everyone
there's
can
no
relate
one
to that.
there to
Nope.
like watch you, to be anyone in front of.
Right.
To actually have complete like ownership of where you've arrived.
And it's almost like, to me, in those drives, it almost doesn't matter that you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Because you're driving.
You're driving.
Because you're driving.
Because
Yeah.
you're doing something without.
Yeah. You're doing something without because you're
doing
driving,
something.
but you're just completely flushing, thinking, fuck, or maybe that was sick, or what am I gonna? Yeah, it's so true.
Yeah.
And right, no fault. I mean, not now where people are just like, oh God, I'm crashing, or whatever. There's a disconnect there, and
Yeah. Well, especially back then, because it was like, let's throw a CD
oh yeah,
in the
Oh,
player.
yeah, and that's another thing.
we'll
If you just want to like listen to
we'll
music,
zone out on a
mellow-
record and
mellow out. This is before podcasts. This is like you're not listening to AM radio,
No.
right?
Yeah.
You're not listening to news. You're like, okay, well, at least I have complete control inside this car.
Yeah.
And I don't have anyone to be anything in front of. I don't have anything I need to say out loud.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's like a complete. It's basically a self-deprivation tank.
Yeah,
Like
totally.
you just put yourself in and like, okay, cool. I'm going.
yeah.
Point being is we've
from freedom there.
Point being is we've outlasted a lot of technology here, people.
Yeah. iTunes, baby. Now, I know that's the last track on the listing,
Yes.
but this is not the last track.
No.
Yes. Because,
I love you. Definitely don't remember this album at all.
oh, yeah.
No, I
this is-
told you, this is so badass.
The powers that be
There's a secret track.
wouldn't allow us to put this as song 1, which is what we wanted to do. The song is called Cockman.
No fucking way. Cockman is on this one. The God.
I love how you didn't remember it at all.
I know.
And I would have missed it if it's not listed.
Yeah.
We wanted that to be the song. We're like, right? Because we were
So
just
after Drive, there's like about, and this goes back to the old school,
Yes, the
the
90s.
old school 90s situation. You gotta let
Yes.
that album run.
Yes.
And after Drive, it goes on, because when you look at Drive, I think it's like a 7 or
Yeah.
8 minute track.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it ends at like 4 or 5.
Okay.
And then it goes on for just silence.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're like some like howling in the
Oh, I
distance.
remember.
And then you hear like
Yep.
it'll like fade. It like fades
Yeah,
in.
it's so
And
fake.
because what are like some of the like I remember some of the like famous examples of secret songs would be like the Pennywise "Stand by Me," right? Was I think a secret song
Oh,
on
yeah.
Unknown Road? Or, I think.
Nice. Yeah.
So on Purple,
yeah.
it's
The second. That one?
Yeah,
That's
the
so
second
badass.
album.
More
Yeah.
grunge, more
Oh,
STP.
didn't Tool have a secret song
Oh,
too?
on
yeah.
Enema?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, with the bread recipe or the.
Oh no,
No, that was an
a
intro.
track
That was a
listing.
track.
That was a
Yeah,
sick intro, though. But there's
Yeah.
a secret track there.
Yeah.
Nirvana, of course. Something
back
in the
in the
way,
90s,
right? No.
secret tracks-
Black. Metal.
The
Where?
second album was my favorite.
Secret tracks were a big deal in the
Yeah,
90s.
huge.
So
Well,
we had to.
But you're saying we wanted to make this track 1.
Yes,
that just
right.
shows you our
Yeah.
state of mind, by the way. It's
Yeah.
like we're tired of being told what to do
Yeah.
and what to do, and we're tired of being tired and and we got to do
I
a
think
skit
Randy
again.
might have, I think Randy might have been on this one too.
Was he on that one? Could
And
have
I-
been.
and I
Could have
think,
been.
like-
I just think it was being Cloud, maybe.
I know that there's every drum corps
For
situation
sure.
in here.
For sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Zing.
But it was like there was a hero born that, and I remember Cockman especially because Yi. You know how Yi does on his old drum heads. He does his art on them. He's very
Yeah,
artistic.
yeah.
He would, there was a while where you were just drawing Cockmans.
Really?
You were like super bad. Just love drawing dicks. And we were like so into it. It was like, I guess our take on the Lone Ranger and Tonto or something.
Yeah.
Like there he is, Cockman.
Yeah.
I don't know where or what, but that was so fun. That was like a.
But Cockman we'd had forever too, though, right?
We,
we've
did we
had that
play
one.
it
Yeah,
live?
like-
So we kind of jammed it for no reason.
like splooge, splooge era.
Exactly.
basically.
I don't. That's crazy.
Maybe not that old, but like
I was like-
back at like that.
No, you might be right, man.
That shit's
Yeah.
old.
Yeah, that's
Sick.
just really
So
Sick.
anyway,
Bumps me up.
that was our compromise, I
Sick.
think, with all the powers that be. They were like, no, you can't do that first. Okay, fine. Then it's going to be the secret track. So
And that is Pink Crustaceans and Good Vibrations. Thank you for joining us.
reggae horn.
This is your